A lot of people, before they move into the Philippines or anywhere else, for me, there's a very big difference. Not even a gray line. There's a very big difference. Thinking about a business that you want to do, and does it fit in the Philippines, right? Hey everyone, so I just came home from work. I'll probably be, I don't know when I'm posting this video, but welcome to Dumaguete Life. My name is Gil Vergara. I'm just here to put out video content, follow my life, how things go, and my journey. If you're new to the channel, I pretty much vlog about, I am into business, but I'm into other things as well. This is a reaction video to one of the comments I got in one of my recent videos. I'll put the link up on the video that this is based off of. Sorry. Liam Edmonds' question is, very great question. Is it really hard to make a good living in the Philippines from doing small businesses like myself? And he was wondering why I moved back. My wife and I moved back to New York. He is considering moving to Iloilo. So I figured Liam is you're a foreigner. You're not Filipino. Maybe you are Phil-Am like myself. I don't know. To the first part of your question, it's all relative, right? So doing businesses in the Philippines, just like anywhere else, it's a risk. It's good that you want to start small to see where you are. I guess incrementally see if you can scale it or whatever. For me, internationally, globally, a business is a business. It takes time, obviously rolling capital, and you have to go through the stresses of dealing with all the BS in between all that, right? So in the Philippines, it might be a little bit harder for a foreigner because with all the laws and stuff, I think it's like 40%. I don't know what the percentages are. You guys comment down below if you guys know. I am a dual citizen. My wife is as well, so we are allowed to do businesses in the Philippines. I cannot tailor the fit this really to you because if you're a foreigner, then that might be a hindrance to you doing your thing. The only way around that is having a very trustworthy partner, which I hope you do. A lot of people, before they move into the Philippines or anywhere else, for me, there's a very big difference. Not even a gray line. There's a very big difference. Thinking about a business that you want to do, and does it fit in the Philippines, right? And I've said this before. I really don't like doing businesses that are like crazy, innovative, bringing a change and this and that. Why? I can do that if money's coming in like crazy because I have enough time to lose that money. Me, I like doing businesses that's already like established within that area, like our calendaria business, right? That's that's pretty much, it's a canteen. There's a lot of them out there. Too much change too fast for me is not too good. It's not good. Some people, because you have to understand, in the Philippines, price is over quality to some degree, most of the time. That's why you have stores like Unitop, Tops and Bottoms. Everything is like cheap, 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 cheap. With that in mind, like opening up a restaurant, it's great to have the westernized standards. Don't bring it to the point where it's like up here, your cost of investment doesn't justify the money coming in to the business, because you're talking about, you want the warmers, you want this, you want the heat lamps, this, that. It's going to cost you more money, and then you have to be willing to take that loss for a couple of months until hopefully your business catches. Dumaguete is a really good niche because Dumaguete has had money for years. I'm not talking about 20 years, I'm talking about hundreds of years. There's been money since the Castilla time, Mestizo times, Spanish times. That money's been rolling over there. You have these nice restaurants because the people have had money there for a while rolling. You go to a boondocks town, you might not be able to bring 300 to 400 to 500 peso entrees because people see it as, I don't effing care if you have tomato basil sauce in your spaghetti. Mr. So-and-so Calendaria down the road sells it for 20 pesos. The key sweet spot is incrementally just be up here, just a little bit above the rest to see if it's working, and maybe when the money's rolling you can scale. That's something to consider. And can you do better at customer service? Because that's really lacking in the Philippines, like super lacking. Maybe in the cities, like really nice, really. I mean, you're talking about Forbes, Makati. I'm sure it's up to par now, but there are many benefits that the Western cultures, contributed concerning food, concerning everything. You can take portions of that and slowly bring it up through the business, because the people are not going to want to pay and shoulder the cost of you investing into that whatever so-and-so machine. They don't care about that. They don't care about you when it comes to that. They just care about so-and-so sells it at 10 pesos. If you don't sell it at 10 pesos, I'm not buying from you. It's simple math. Because why? Price before taste. Price before quality. Right? Because many people in the Philippines are impoverished countries. They live day to day. They live meal to meal sometimes, which is sad. But the problem is that mindset carries on to everything. Me, I've ate pizzas at very expensive places in Dumaguete. I've ate like 400 peso, 500 peso and up pizzas. I have ate 60 peso pizzas. Super big difference. But I'll tell you one thing right now. There are more people lined up for those 60 peso pizzas than there is at the 500 peso pizza spot. If you can meet somewhere in the middle there and still have a decent quality at a decent price, that's a pocket right there, man. That's a pocket you should explore, exploit, expand, scale up. But concerning food, the pinnacle of what barbecued chicken is, grilled chicken is Mang Inasal. I think it's like 99 or 109 with only rice. I can't do only rice because they would kill me, because I don't sell that much rice like that. So instead of selling it at 99, I sold it for 75 pesos with a free soup and rice, like a meal. Before that, I sold it at 99. People were looking for only rice because I'm not Mang Inasal. So didn't sell, couldn't sell. I mean, I would sell, if I was lucky, 2 or 3 pieces a day. Now, the moment I turned it to 75, went up to, I literally went through a crate, which is about 15 chickens, so there's 30 legs I can use. No, I went through a crate like a week and a half, because at 75, because the illusion was you get, they get the free soup and it came with rice. Rice is about 10 pesos, generally speaking, in those areas. So for them, it's like, oh, it's a big piece of chicken for 75, and it tastes great because I make my own sauce. Not to pat myself on the shoulder. My tocino, I sell about 10 kilos a week, minimum. Right? That's a lot of. That's my tocino, 5 peso tocinos. It's a lot. I had to adjust it. I had to learn that. It was a very big learning curve. I said to my wife, like, we need to warm this food up, because in America you can't serve cold food. I was like, how am I going to do that? I got to get a food warmer. It would cost too much money for me. And the customers are people who are only willing to pay 5 to 10 pesos. My average purchase per person might be 30 pesos. That's what they drink and everything. 40, 50 if I'm lucky, because, if they're getting more than 1 or 2 entrees. So I had to change up the game. I've done parties there. Like, I promoted parties in America and stuff like that. I promoted a party just like how it would in New York. Did not turn out the way I wanted. Nobody showed up. It was a bust. I think I put up like maybe $200 for that event. I lost that right away. We've set up certain tactics, strategies. It's all a trial and error thing, like everybody knows. Like everything in life is trial and error until you reach that sweet spot. I didn't prepare properly with certain things. I had to pay for those things. Pay for that mistake. It is what it is. I played the investor role. My wife plays more the manager role. I'm more in the background. My wife always wants me to be more hands-on, but I like being more handling the gears, and then disperse information, get it done. That's just me. This is where I excel at. Create the business, create the idea. I'm very artistic in that way. Create the business, create the idea, create the strategies. If it F's up, have a plan B, plan C, plan Z. If it goes past plan Z, plan A1, A2, whatever. The hands-on stuff, I leave that to the managers because that's just a whole different situation. If it gets too serious, then I jump in there. So, and another thing to consider is your demographic, right? A lot of foreigners. I know some personally who have created businesses. Could be a resto bar, could be a resort. Let me fix this. I don't know if you guys may be offended by this. A lot of foreigners cater businesses to foreigners. Change the battery, and I lost my train of thought. I'm not talking about Angeles City, okay, because you can open up any strip club there. You're good to go most of the time. Because that's a lot of human rights violations there. That's another situation. This is, I see, like a downfall to some of my associates, friends, or people that I know that are do these businesses. A lot of them cater their businesses towards foreigners because, and I heard this verbatim from one of the people I know, I personally know. He invited me to a guy who owns a bar. He's like, oh, I gotta keep the Filipinos out. This is a foreigners bar, which is fine. Business is business. If you can manage to do it, fine. You have businesses like in Dumaguete. Why not Mafuni? There's a few of them. The problem is you're always gonna be hunting down the big money, right? The big money, which is people Dumaguete, people with money, tourists, whatever, foreigners. Because they're just gonna go. That's your client base. That's your demographic. It's business. It's your money. You do whatever you want. Me personally, I like to do businesses that cater to the masses. Why? It's law of averages. You have to understand. People with money have options. Concerning food again, I can eat Thai today. I can eat Mexican today. I can eat Italian today. I can eat Malay Indian today. Whatever. I can eat Chinese today. Because we have choices. You have money. You have choices. Now, if you're realistic with yourself, whatever town you're in, tell me if there's any calendaria that's empty. Tell me when you don't see a calendaria, especially Dumaguete, Baroroi, Foodnet, not being packed. Because, once again, price before quality. This is what Filipinos are looking for. This is the masses they're looking for. I have many friends who are Filipinos whose families are very wealthy families in Dumaguete and in Cebu. All their businesses catering to the masses. They can't be wrong. Maybe it's a Chinese in me, I don't know. How many times do you see foreigners open up resorts, sometimes empty? Because you have to understand, no matter how much money you make in the peak season, which is the summer in the Philippines, concerning resorts, you're going to make your money. You better save that money because there's going to be a dead season, school time. You're going to have some stragglers go in and out, whatever. Hopefully, you live in a town with a lot of big businesses that do outings, then you can make money from that. A lot of my friends who have distribution deals within Dumaguete, Cebu, whatever, it's all for the masses. They make money on money on money on money because they're catering to the masses. If you really look into the businesses that are in Dumaguete, they're ran by the Chinese and the Spanish. The Chinese and the Spanish. You have to understand how it works out there. The Spanish usually run the politics. Chinese run the business. And then, they flow back and forth. Who owns all the distribution rights? The majority of the time is Chinese Filipinos or Spanish Filipinos. Some of my family. This is the type of business I'm in. I'm not into really hospitality, right? I'm into what moves right away and on a consistent basis. Hopefully that'll help you. I know I was going on rants a little bit. I apologize, but this is just my feedback to you guys, and hopefully it'll help somebody out there. If you are considering doing a business in the Philippines, you can never go wrong with raw commodities, as in sugar, rice, cattle, pork. Pigs, chickens. Those are the type of businesses I tend to want to do. Everybody has to eat, right? If I can control to a degree, I can control the price of the rice. I can control the price of the sugar. I can control the price of the meat and vegetables. I'll never go broke. I'm gonna close this out.
George.
Hopefully that helped you. I don't know. Please comment below. Going back onto the road of starting any business. My personal preference, stick to the businesses that are working there already. Adjust a little bit. Bump up your standards, not too high, just to see where you're at, and then see what that happens. The fire truck's going off right now. I don't know if you hear it in the background. But that's just some opinions and advice that I have concerning things, in Dumaguete specifically, how I do business there. I don't know about Iloilo, but if it's like a provincial area, rural area, it's pretty much the same. Same type of people, same energy. Now, mind you, this advice is a little opinion I have is only in the rural areas, right? And when you're dealing with city areas, different vibe. People want the new stuff. People want updated stuff. Standards are a little bit higher. So, that's another thing to think about. That's pretty much it, man. Interaction. Comment down below. Let me know about your business fails, business successes. Help these guys out like Liam reach that decision or help them, guide them into a position where you won't make too many mistakes, because everyone makes mistakes in business. It just happens. Minimize it. That's the main key here. Minimize it. Let's motivate each other. I will see you soon. I have gone to my first class of pest control certification, and it's fun actually. I mean, I really enjoy pest control. There are some drawbacks. I can discuss it in a different video, but what thing in life doesn't have any shortcomings? Part of the game. I'm going to chop this up and try to formulate it in a way where it's comprehensive to you guys, because I am rambling like nutso. Like, subscribe, share. Have a great night or day wherever you are. Thank you so much. When we ran our resto in Dumaguete, totally different vibe. Customer service, really high up there. Unfortunately, I had a misunderstanding with my parents, and I had to stop it. So, had to do what I had to do to salvage whatever relationship I have with my parents. So, that business right there, easily, grossed $300,000 a month. Easily. Gross, okay? Not net. Mind you, I am in a hot zone of eatery places that you can eat, of restos, right? Where my place was located, GP Grill, you had Lantau down the road, you had Hayahay down the road, Cafe Racer. Now that food park is there. Over there, you had Tarbouche, then you had Madeline's, Joe's Chicken, right? It's in that food spot right there. You had Habhaban, very low end, low money place. You had Salados. So competition was thick in that area. And I wasn't even a top dog there. Those people are making dough, man. I'm friends with many of the owners there. You're talking about over 100,000 a night. Don't let it be November. Don't let it be like November's fiesta time. Don't let it be around Founders Day, Founders time, Founders Week at Silliman. Some of these guys are making $1 million a week, gross. I mean, I know the profit margin of that is crazy, because I know what these guys pay their people, and pretty much we buy everything from the same suppliers. So I know the markups. I sold myself a little bit cheaper because I was trying to get in the market. So, some of these guys are established, so they can do what they want to do. That's the sweet thing about Dumaguete. You got a good mix of the wealthy and the upper class and the lower middle class coming up. And even generally speaking, the poor people, when I say poor, I'm not talking about like really poor. I'm talking about people that, let's just say, make less than $5,000 a month. Let's break it down like that. They still have a chance to enjoy Dumaguete. Maybe not to the amount of what my friends and I can do, but a beach is a beach if you want to go out, right? What are you really paying for at a resort? Honestly, you're just paying for the ambiance. I am very weird when it comes to stuff like that, right? You don't really see me at resorts, right? The 3 years that I stayed there, I only went to what's that resort with the flags, babe?
Bahora?
I only went to Bahora one time. I have never been at Atlantis. And I have never been at Atlantis. I have never been at Atmosphere. I'm just not that type of guy. I'm the type of guy, let me pay 300 pesos for a bamboo setup with a roof for my family. I'm good, because why? The 5,000 pesos I can spend at a really high class place, I can spend on my family. More people can enjoy it. That's how I am, right? My wife and I, when we do have time, our quality time together, we're getting massages. That's our bonding time. That's one of our bonding things. Or we'll watch a movie from time to time. Or we go out to dinner. But I am not that type of guy to be splurging. That's just not me, right? If that's for you, that's you. Whatever. That's your money. But that's how I'm a very simple guy. I'm a very simple person. And since I was a kid, it's the investment more than anything. That's the adventure for me. That's the fun that I have in my life, right? So, that's just me.